Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 44-year-old Florida man, Bradley Weeks, started a Stop the Steal Facebook group that was following the 2020 election. And he subscribed to a service that was issuing mass texts, and they were giving out details about how they plan to stop the certification of the Electoral College votes on January 6th. So this was pretty well orchestrated. Then in late December of 2020, Weeks texted someone, and he said that he was headed to D.C. on January 6th, and if Trump didn't retain power, he and others would, quote, burn the whole fucking thing down. So on January 4th of 2021, Weeks messaged someone else, and he wrote, quote, we will be packing. Along with that message, he sent a photo of 2 rifles and also numerous boxes of ammunition. And it appears that he followed through with that threat because on January 5th, Weeks, as he was traveling to DC, he was messaging with his wife on WhatsApp. And in one exchange, Weeks' wife told him that one of his medications was located in the inside zipper of one of his bags, quote, where the shotgun shells are. On January 6th, Weeks recorded a video, and as he and his co-defendants were walking to the Capitol, he was heard on the video saying, quote, we are marching to the Capitol building, ladies and gentlemen, to show these congressmen who runs America. So by the time he and his friend arrived at the Capitol, it was complete chaos. He said that he witnessed police being attacked, of course, by Trump's terrorists. He saw them scaling Capitol walls. The police were deploying tear gas and other non-lethal munitions. So Weeks, instead of leaving, he decided, I'm going to join the melee. So he climbed a Capitol retaining wall. And then when he reached the northwest stairs, he motioned for others to follow. And then Weeks sent a message to his wife, a voice message, and he said, quote, breach the Capitol, I'm going in, we're going in. He then recorded a video of himself saying, quote, we've reached the steps. We've had to climb scaffolding. We've had to climb ladders. We've had to break things to get through, but we've gotten through. We've gotten through and we are taking back the Capitol. We're taking back our country. This is our 1776. This is where it's gonna happen. This is where tyranny will fall. This is where America will rise. Look at this, America. Look at this. So Weeks received a text from a friend who said that it wasn't looking good, that, Vice President Mike Pence had failed to object to the votes. And Weeks responded, quote, we've breached the Capitol, and quote, we're busting the doors down now. A short time later, Weeks was seen on surveillance video. He did illegally enter the Capitol, and he and his co-defendant made their way through various areas of the building. While they were inside, Weeks' mother texted him, and she said, quote, I swear to God, you better not do anything stupid. Too late, Mom. Weeks texted back, and he said, quote, I'm inside the Capitol building. And then his mom texted him back and said, quote, fuck, Brad. When you go to jail, I'm not getting you out. Your granny is going to die. Well, instead of realizing, maybe I made a mistake. If my own mother is freaking out like this, say my grandmother's going to die from this, maybe I ought to back it up. Maybe I need to leave. No, instead, he replied and said, quote, our country is dying. Yeah. Screw grandma. Anyway, about 20 minutes after entering the Capitol, Weeks and his friend exited, but they remained on the Capitol grounds for a while later. So Weeks was arrested on January 21st of 2021, and he was indicted on charges of obstructing an official proceeding, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. Weeks refused a plea deal. He opted for a bench trial. And his case was originally handled by U.S. District Judge Thomas Hogan. That is a Bush appointee. He was a no-nonsense kind of judge. And in a December 2022 trial, bench trial, Judge Hogan found Weeks guilty on all counts. The judge ruled that Weeks, quote, whole approach was to overthrow the operations of the government according to the Constitution on the Electoral College vote count. Judge Hogan added that even if Weeks didn't bring weapons to the Capitol, he clearly took ammo with him, which showed his corrupt intent. So based on the felony conviction of obstruction, Weeks was looking at up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. However, the prosecutor requested a sentence of 27 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. And this part was really interesting. They noted in Weeks' sentencing memo, he has no criminal history, but the government also said that despite being consistently employed since the year 2000, quote, Weeks has not filed any personal or business tax returns for an unspecified amount of time. Not sure what that's all about, but since Weeks' trial, Judge Hogan retired. You guys might remember me saying that. U.S. District Judge John Bates took over Weeks' case, and unfortunately, Bates is no Judge Hogan. He is nowhere near as tough as Hogan was. So I couldn't locate any details about what was said at the sentencing hearing, but Weeks was sentenced to only 10 months in prison, 2 years of probation, which includes 1 year of home detention, and $2,000 in restitution. I would expect this kind of, weak, limited sentence in prison if Weeks had taken a plea deal. But for someone who refused to take responsibility and someone who was convicted on 5 counts, including a felony, especially this felony, obstructing the official proceeding, this was unbelievably weak. I am definitely not a fan of Judge Bates. This was not a good call on his part at all. So I will let you know if I hear any more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.